Based on question 7, we can identify three main issues, which are the first one, either the contract was void because the durians were cracked, overripe, and unpalatable. The second one, either there was clear instruction from Ibrahim for the actions that Chong needed to take if the durians were rejected. And the last one, either Chong has the right to sell the rejected durians without informing Ibrahim.
Next, rule of law, the legal cases that we found is Standard Chartered Bank v Kuala Lumpur Landmark Sdn Bhd. The issue is whether the contract was frustrated if the performance of agreement rendered impossible due to Supervening Act under Section 57(2) of the Contract Act 1950. The cases involve Kuala Lumpur Landmark Sdn Bhd, Standard Chartered Bank and a third party. The defendant charged land to secure loan repayment but failed to do so. The plaintiff and defendant entered a redemption agreement, with the defendant paying 2 million. Monster Investment filed an injunction against both parties, and the plaintiff claimed the land. The court ruled that the redemption agreement could not be performed due to the injunction, stating that the plaintiff had not right to pursue the claim. The result of these cases is the agreement has been frustrated because performing it would drastically alter its original terms and conditions. Second legal cases that we found is Al-Anbiya Sdn Bhd v Foremost Prospect Sdn Bhd and Anor. The issue is either the third party did not comply with the Section 15 and the Section 16(1) of the SOGA 1957 by supplying glass panel to the defendant. The plaintiff bought the glass panel from the defendant, which will be installed at a building called Menara Hapsang 2. The case involved Foremost Prospect, Al-Anbiya, and the third party. The defendant was responsible for installing 389 delaminated glass panels on Menara Hapsang 2, and the third party was held liable. The plaintiff demanded the defendant bear all costs of replacing the panels. The result of these cases is the third party failed to comply with Section 15 and Section 16(1)(a) SOGA 1957 because bubbles and delamination began to appear in the glass panel with a count of 1602 panel of glass. The defendant also required to pay some amount to the plaintiff.
The ship encountered difficulties on its journey to Lahad Datu, prompting the vessel's master to notify the defendant, the ship's owner, about the situation. After 6 days, the defendant enlisted the plaintiff, who owns barges, to transport rock phosphate in an effort to assist in freeing the stuck vessel. As a result, due to the emergency and responsibility of the master to carry the goods from Egypt to Lahad Datu, agency by necessity was created based on 4 criteria, which are: it is necessary to take salvage assistance, it is not reasonably practicable to communicate with the cargo owner or to obtain their instruction, the master or vessel owner acts bona fide in the interest of the cargo to secure the rock phosphate, and it is reasonable for the master or vessel owner to enter into the particular contract. Thank you.
This situation often occurs when there is an urgent need and the person with the authorities to act is unavailable or unable to provide instruction. The individual who steps in to take necessary action in such emergencies is known as an agent by necessity. There are 3 conditions that need to be fulfilled, which are: agent action is necessary to prevent loss to principal, impossible for the agent to communicate and get further instruction from the principal, and agent must act in good intention. In this situation, Chong's decide to sell the rejected durians at a lower price is critical for preventing financial losses for Ibrahim. It provides a practical solution to recover some of the incurred losses from the rejected by generating revenue. In situations where communication with Ibrahim is challenging, Chong's independent action becomes a proactive approach to minimize losses and salvage value from the unsellable durians. Furthermore, if Chong's actions are genuinely driven by a desire to prevent future loss for Ibrahim, it reflects a responsible and cooperative attitude, aligning with the goal of action in good faith to protect Ibrahim's interests.
In conclusion, Chong's action when making decision without informing Ibrahim could be viewed as taking unauthorized action. Chong's action is reasonable under the situation as he intended to minimize further losses given the unpredictable situation that he cannot prevent, which is flooded road and cracked durian. This issue can be considered as contract frustration. In conclusion, the condition of durian after being stranded for 5 days due to unpredictable weather has gotten bad, which makes most of them overripe and unpalatable. This issue makes the durian cannot be sold to the appropriate party because it does not match the buyer's description. In conclusion, Chong has the authority to sell the durians at the roadside at a cheap price because he was appointed as an agent by necessity, that was to prevent future losses that can be experienced by his principal, Ibrahim, and he was unable to claim the loss from Chong.